disaster, man. I mean, on
Talk about that voter suppression.
So
Talk
many
about that.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a game that's being played that you don't even know that you're a part of. But yet again, I think these are all moments of awakening for so many people. I mean, I still have friends to this day that just don't believe in participation. But my thing is, the only way you can ever change a system is to participate in it in some shape, form, or fashion. And that's the tool that we are given. So I just, look, man, we came off of 8 years of the first African American president of the United States.
Yep.
This is the backlash of that.
This is the backlash.
Yeah, this is the backlash, man. That bottleneck. So I think, look, it's coming out. It's good that it's coming out. It's good that we get to see it in real time, which never really existed before. And it's good that we acting on it, especially the younger generation. Now it's their opportunity to get involved. Yeah, and you know what? There is power in the vote. For people to say, I'm not voting because they don't agree with Biden. Well, I think this too, not to keep cutting you off, right? But, go ahead. But you're triggering these moments for me. It's not people don't want to vote, right? I think people participate in, let's say, a presidential election that don't participate in a local or a state election. The big reason for that is because I feel like these elections are not broadcast as much as the bullshit is. It's like shit. An election could be happening right now, and 99% of the people don't even know is really going on. And on top of that, they don't know who's going on. They don't know who's in and what they stand for. So they in blind. I think we still have a lot of that going on where, people go and they know one person that they voting for, but then the ballot is like 2 pages worth of information, plus a questionnaire. And it's just, I think I would like to see more light shed upon every election that's coming upon, just like it's the most important, just like it's a presidential election. But anytime we live in a capitalism-driven society, it's hard to get real, true, meaningful things sifted when money is in play. You know what I mean? I mean, that's really kind of you're absolutely right. But for me, and I don't want to sway nobody's vote. We're talking about 2 people. I'm talking about the people that's getting in the White House. We got Biden or we got Trump. It's either or. Yeah.
It's either or. Trump couldn't lead me to my mailbox.
Sure.
He's ignorant. He's divisive. He's childish. He's a racist. All types of things, man. He hasn't said anything yet to try to unify us.
Yeah, I mean, he's just selfish. He's just all about, you know what I mean? He's a capitalist to the highest power. You know what I mean? Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I want to ask you, because you have such a big platform. These ladies are in here right now. They're going crazy over you. You would think I'm talking to Jesus Christ. They are going crazy. So do you feel a sense of urgency to use your platform even the more to talk about what's happening, to get these people out here to vote? Because a lot of these young people your age, don't realize the importance of voting. They think that if they stay home, they vote may not count because there's so many people that's going to vote. So one person's not going to hurt. But if everyone thinks like that, we're going to be back in the same situation that we were in 2016. Do you? Oh yeah, no. I mean, I participated in campaigning for Hillary last time. Yeah. Not necessarily because I subscribed to everything, but I just wanted to encourage people to get up off their ass and just participate. Yeah. When I say local level matters, local voter matters too. Exactly. Yes, that's one part of it. But also, as a musician, as a person who knows the power of vocabulary, I've been really dedicated to that now for some time. I mean, that's why I took a break from making music. I fell off the scene because I needed to find a way to channel my energy, to channel. Really what's crazy is I really came into manhood later than I really thought, because I was being withheld a lot of information that was very necessary, not only about my history, but most importantly about what I was doing, what it meant, and how I really wanted to affect the world. And said, now, I recorded some material. It was very angry, naturally. I mean, it was very angry. It was like, just F this, F that. You know what I mean? It was just real true. Like, let's just fucking fight right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then I'm like, there's a deeper and a more effective way to really not only shed light on the pain that I'm feeling, the pain that a lot of people are feeling, and the anger, but also a way to connect us in a way that builds compassion. And that's really what the quarantine is giving me the opportunity to really find a way to channel my anger in the best way possible. So I plan on releasing some music very soon. Probably donate all the proceeds to a good cause, and just move forward from there. But I think from here on out, I posted a message about 2 years ago, right before True came out, where I said, move in the ways of Fela Kuti and Marvin Gaye and, people like that really took on James Brown, that at some point in their artistic lives, their agenda became about more than them. And, that's like the beauty of fatherhood. It makes your life bigger than, you know what I mean? That's when you really become a good human being, is when you have something big to put your energy and your talent towards. So, that's what I did it.
Well, let's shift gears a little bit. I want to come back, but let's shift gears again a minute, because everyone is talking about the music. What are you working on? I know that you've been in the studio with Teddy, and I know that you released a song with Teddy that is bananas. It's fire. You was an icon. Teddy Riley's studio, I live in Virginia Beach, Virginia. It's about maybe 2 miles from me.
Is that the one that caught on fire once upon a time?
Future Records. Yes. I live right down the street from him. How is it working with an icon like Teddy? Because he's such a perfectionist. How was that?
Oh, let me tell you. Icons come in different shapes, sizes, and personalities, right?
Yeah.
But Teddy's icon is very interesting, because all the shit he's done, all the greats he's produced, all the ways he's actually changed the fabric of music that we know today, he's still very humble. He's still very susceptible to information. And he still really actually knows how to follow and knows when to lead, which is very dope to me, because I've also worked with some iconic individuals that was just straight bullish, straight.
Can we call their names out? No. I already know. I already know what you're talking about.
Because at the same time, that served a purpose for at least what I was.
Of course. I'm not trying. Yeah, of course.
I was trying to be coached, but in Teddy's particular feature, that was something that I had already created. And I just, anytime that I use an interpolation or a sample of a fellow artist, an older artist, or a great, I really make it my life's duty to reach out to that person personally and either collaborate with them or get their blessing. You know what I mean? I can't just release a sample and not have that person's blessing on an artistic level. Now, they might clear the sample, you know what I mean? But that's just a money play. I need to know, do you like this? Is this representative of your work, of your genius?
Right.
So when I sampled Patti LaBelle, I reached out to her. We did a duet, a remix with just me and her.
It was great.
I sampled Teddy this time, and I reached out to him just to get a blessing. And while we was talking, I was like, "Hey, man, you still got that voice box?" I'm like, "Can you put the voice box on there?" Teddy gets in there. He puts the voice box on it, and then also reproduces the whole song, right? Which I didn't use, but he's like, "Look, this shit was feeling so good. I just added in some shit. You can keep it if you want or not." But
Yeah.
And from there, now we're gonna get in and do some all original content together real soon. When I get
y'all gonna do a whole album together? You thinking?
No, not a whole. Well, you never know, but not a whole album. We just want to just keep it going. You know what I mean? Just build off of this dope introduction. Yeah. Okay. So
there's so many dope artists and producers. You know, out here now. Are there any producers or artists that comes to mind that you haven't had a chance to work with that you would like to work with?
Yo, man, I mean, it's really not really anybody in particular because really I've been taken by surprise so much in my life. That I have to stay locked into one individual or one, one type of genius. I mean, they got kids out here that's producing, writing, and recording themselves. You know what I'm saying? Engineering they shit, It's very talented little fuckers out here.
It's crazy.
I would like to tap into that. Now, my dream collaboration has always been Sade. Just because that's a vibe. It's just such a vibe that I really need. I need that vibe in my life, but
you gotta find
it might not happen.
Every now. Yeah. She comes out every now and then, man. She don't come out for everybody. But I would like to see you with her. I just feel like that you and her could make some great.
But her to me has the potential to be like that. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's to really tap into that Sade vibe of man, she's so unique. And she's so special. I performed with her at Essence Festival. And that was the first time I met her and heard of her. And I fell in love artistically with her that day. And that's a good one, dog. What you want, an A&R credit or someone? Well, I gotta give you, man.
Yeah, come on, call me, man. Come on, call me. Let's work. But you know what? You have a old soul, but you're young, but with an old soul. So her reminds me of a 90s artist with a 2.0 flavor. Like, I love 90s. That's the era I'm from. But there's a lot of artists that have that, like yourself.
She remind me of something. She remind me of something before then. She remind me of one of them Prince era female artists, like Sheila E. type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, because she is an instrumentalist. I mean, really, for a long time, that really was non-existent in black music. At least in the mainstream black music was musicianship. I mean, that's that fly shit.
Remember Climax? Do you remember a group called Climax from the 80s?
Probably my first manager is Joyce Irby from Climax, the bass player and the songwriter.
Before there was her, there was Climax, and they played multiple instruments.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go, man. Yep. But you know what, man? There's so many people out there. Everybody keeps saying Rihanna. Have you ever thought about doing something with Rihanna? Because they seem like they would love to have that happen.
Oh, well, Riri is a supernova. I mean, you know what I mean? She's a supernova. I mean, I would never say never to that. However, for some strange reason, I find a little more interesting collaborations that are unexpected. Either me reaching back in time to connect a bridge between two eras that I find is very important. You know what I mean? Or finding someone that fits, but is not necessarily the biggest. I'm glad you said that. If you will.
I'm glad you said that. I'm giving you two people right now. Three people come to my head. Faith Evans, that's one.
Yeah, that's my homie.
There was a group she's like my sister. There's a group called Johnny.
I got something better than that. I ain't gonna say better than that because that's my dog, and she'll kick my ass if I say something like that. But you know, other than Sade, my dream collaboration is Coco.
Who is that? I was going to say Coco. That was my third. Person right now. That was my third. That was my third.
Somebody said collab with Donald Glover again. And Janae, I can never get the damn last name right. Aiko. I just say Aiko and leave it alone. I know that ain't right, but
I
reached out to her.
To see you do something with Coco.
Okay, yeah, I think Coco is yeah, she's like my definitive voice of my childhood.
I'm about to call her right now and tell her why I got you on the phone.
I've been putting that shit into the universe now for about a year.
Coco,
and that's really
hold on a second. Coco, I'm talking to R&B superstar Lloyd on Live.
Shit.
And he said one of his dream collaborations is doing a song with Coco.
Coco!
Can you hear him? Say something.
Coco. Oh my God. Man.
How you doing?
Oh man. This is what dreams is made of. Look, man, my sister had posters of y'all on her wall, right? And really, she was like my first big influence, was my big sister. So naturally, I ended up being a SWV fan. But I always felt like your voice, your spirit was like just the most distinctive and soulful thing. I still have never felt anything quite like it. And I would really love to find a way. I would really find a way for us to collaborate on something together. Yeah, that would be great, man. God damn.
That definitely happen.
We'll make it happen.
Yes,
baby.
definitely.
Coco is she is turning an iconic age on June the 13th. She'll be the big 5-0. I wouldn't say it, but she's been saying it, so I wouldn't tell her age, but she's been saying it. But her birthday is June 13th.
I seen her recently, not too long ago. She looked so young, like just fuck. What do you eat for breakfast?
Beds and pillows.
What is this?
Beds and pillows. She be asleep.
Yeah, I'll be asleep.
Coco is one of the best in the business, man. Nobody sounds like her.
Nope.
I would love to make that collab, and I'll make it happen. I'll connect you two so we can make it happen.
Yes.
Make it happen. Thanks, Coco. We'll get back with you.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Later, Cole.
Yeah, man. So, your voice is so crazy, man. You have that tone. You have that, and you have a diverse sound, man. And I love that you come back and pull for our generation, because sometimes artists as yourself forget about those artists who paved the way for them. And it sounds crazy, but they do.
They forget about the artists that paved the way for them. Sometimes they also forget that they was once the youngest artist on the scene also.
Exactly.
And and when you're a young artist, all you dream about is somebody that's already in the game, that's already got the insight to reach out and just share it with you. You know what I mean? But we could be stingy sometimes, and we can also maybe just be in our own bubble sometime. But look, man, my goal was, when I first came out, my feelings would get hurt a lot, because sometimes people would criticize the sound of my voice, like the tone. They would say a lot of people would say I sound like a girl. People would say I'm just a crooner. People would say, different things. And when I was younger, me taking that on for the first time kind of affected me in a way to where now one of my goals is to try to make my music hater proof. You know what I mean? Like, how can I make this shit so hard for a motherfucker to hate that it's just too powerful? You know what I mean? Like, that's really what I want.
I'm gonna tell you, man, because you're still young. I'm just a few years older than you, but the worst thing that you can do is pay attention to what people think.
I know that. I know that now. Yeah.
Because you have a gift that just stand on its own. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. The reason why people gravitate to you, I know all the young ladies gravitate to you because how you look and how you sing, but because you're a nice guy. That helps. Being nice, being humble, that helps.
Being genuine, humble.
Yeah, be genuine. We have too many carbon copies of everyone else. Be yourself. Nobody can beat you being you. But
No.
When is that album coming out? Everybody's asking, when is the album coming out? When is the new album coming out? Fall?
Well,
summer?
I think fairly soon. I'm just trying to check off a few more boxes on my bucket list as far as collaborations, but and not that it's going to be collaborative heavy. It's just a few supernovas that I'm trying to reach out and connect the dots with. But other than that, man, I see it coming out fairly soon. I'm pretty much on third base, ready to come home. So,
right. Are you going to be getting to do any more movies? Because you really rock. I think you played Gregory Williams of Switch.
I played Greg Williams. Yes.
You killed that role, man. That was your first role that you ever done?
First, yes.
You killed it. What did you do to prepare for that role?
Well, me and Donald Glover and many other talented individuals, we all attended the same performing arts program growing up. You know what I mean? So I've been in theater since I was a little kid. Theater was my first introduction to the stage when I was a little boy, and then from there, just I guess it's just instinctive in a way. Also, just asking a lot of questions. You know what I mean, and having somebody like Russ Parr directing that. In particular, Russ is a great friend of mine, and he really mentored me through that. He was very patient with me. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So you're going to be looking for some more roles to play. You're currently looking for some more roles.
I always, one of my dream roles is to play Sammy Davis Jr. I always wanted to play him, you know what I mean, to show off my tap dancing skills and really get out there with it. And a lot of people always jokingly, they be like, boy, you look like... A lot of people always jokingly say I'm like Sammy Davis because of, you know what I mean, because of how I talk.
You know what? I do know, but I see some features. I see some features, man. But put it in the atmosphere because you can do it. You can do that, man. Definitely do that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely do that. That would be dope. That would be so dope.
That would be really dope, man. What else is next for you? What do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh, wow. In the next 5 years, I see myself introducing some new talent. I see myself picking up another instrument, so expanding my musical horizons, and I just see myself keeping perspective in 5 years. I mean, no matter how much success or not I attain between now and then, I see myself being the same humble, interested in other individuals type of person to this day, and hopefully, I'll be watching my kids turn 7 and 6 humbly.
Yeah,
so
that'll be dope. So you have 2 kids? Is that correct?
Yeah, I have a boy and a girl.
Okay. Wow, man. How do you like being a father? Is that one of the highlights of your life, just being a father?
Oh man, let me tell you something. Sometimes when you go without something, it makes you a better version of that. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes when you grow up poor or when you have less options, less things to be able to do, then you become a master at one thing in particular, or you either have more of a will to succeed than someone who has everything. For me, one of those things was me not having my father growing up, you know what I mean? And because of that, that really drove a lot of the decisions and the DNA of me to this day. I mean, there were very, very sentimental moments that I share with other people just on account of seeing them with their fathers. You know what I mean? Seeing Irv with his father when his life and his career was on the line during the federal trial. I mean, seeing them embrace each other after that broke me down. In school, when we would have career day or show and tell type of shit, and people bring their dad in, that would break me down. And even just being out on the road, sometimes I would see fans come in and they would be with their fathers, and that would break me down. So now I have this beautiful and precious opportunity to be something that I went without for so long, and I promise you, I'm not gonna squander it. You know what I mean? I guarantee.
Yeah, you should think about starting a foundation on dealing with fathers that were taken
kids without
fathers, fathers that was taken from their kids' lives. I think that would be great, and I think because you have experienced that personally, I think that you would be a great person, artist, figure to really drive that. You know what I'm saying? You should think about that, man. You should really think about it.
I actually have a name and concept for one already. My mom has been begging me to do it so she can run it for me. It's just something I gotta do. It's something I gotta do.
That'd be really dope, man. I know our time is limited, but I think that'd be great. I want to say, man, that as an independent artist, you have done a lot of amazing things that a lot of artists that are on major labels have not been able to do. And I salute you for that. I mean, you have worked with some of everybody. You have been on a few labels, and you have been able to keep going with or without them. And so there's something in you, some type of determination, some type of fire, some type of focus that let people know, you know, if you're with me, you know, let's rock. If you're not with me, I'm still rocking. You know, is that pretty much your attitude when you deal in the music business? Because it's a brutal business, as we know.
No, not at all. I mean, if you know, when people rock with me or they don't rock with me, it affects me. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm so tied to my music on a personal level. It is unbelievable. I mean, it's just I wish I wasn't. I wish I had an alias. I'm telling you, man. I wish.
But you went platinum independently. Not
but it was artists. But again, it was so personal. It was so personal that it hurt, man. I mean, it hurt on so many. It was so hard to do from just a standpoint of being able to express that. It was difficult. Just in being able to perform that was difficult. I cried many shows singing that song, dude. But at the same time, I'm so engaged. I stay engaged with my passion, with my dream, with my first love, with the thing that just really makes me feel so alive on so many levels. And when I'm not recording music, I'm listening to music. When I'm listening to music, I'm trying to find music. I'm searching. I'm combing vinyl. I'm like one of those kids. I really like spend my free time at the record store combing vinyl, trying to find different forms of sentiment and expression that connect it. And you know, the thing that I appreciate is one person told me once, a very iconic producer that I was working with, he was trying to say, you know, what makes you stand out? He was like, because music is not a necessity. It's not like water or food or shelter or clothes. It's a luxury. So you got to really find something that makes people want to actually spend their hard-earned money and time to rock with you. However, I understand where he was coming from, but I believe music is a necessity. I believe it really represents so much for so many people. So with that being said, I treat it like that. You know what I mean? I treat it like it's necessary, and I don't. You know, I dabbled in hustling, in street hustling when I was a teenager. But I don't bring that mentality to making my music. I might bring that mentality to the independent mind business side, but never when I'm recording or trying to express music. I don't hustle it. You know what I mean? I treat it with love. Yeah.
I want to say, man, that you did an awesome job. And, you know, you give credit where credit is due. A lot of people have not been able to do what you've been able to do. And I know that everything that you're going to do in the future, it will continue to be a success. I really believe that. I have two more things for you, then I'll let you go. Sure. What would the Lord today say to the Lord entering the music business back then? What would you say to that guy? What type of advice would you give to him?
Well, I was very confident when I was a kid. When I was a kid, sometimes unknowingly. What would I say? I would just say, I don't think I would say anything. I think I would just play some things for the younger version of me.
Okay.
You know, like music that I had never discovered up until I was a grown man, and I actually found it on my own. Like real soul music. I would give myself a couple different books. You know what I mean? Like 1,001 things you should know about African American history, being one of them, and I would just go from there. Probably give myself a book on Buddhism. Just so I could tap into my inner self and find the inner calm. And start to develop some kind of habits around meditating and slowing down. You know what I mean? To really smell the roses, I think. And actually, I was talking to my best friend, one of my best friends, a guy named Jasper Cameron. We wrote a lot of good songs together. And I was telling him the other day, Al Green came on. And I'm listening to Al Green. I'm like, yo, do you remember I performed for Al Green when I was a teenager as a tribute? I was a part of a tribute to Al Green at an awards show. And I'm like, I never even really realized who I was in the presence of. I was so young and green that I didn't even really, I think, get to embrace him the way I would now. You know what I mean? Just me being in a lot of circles as a kid, I didn't realize what was going on and who I was around. So that kind
do
of
more
stuff,
homework, be more prepared.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. Everybody's asking, if you're Buddha. You're not Buddha. You just give an example of practicing some of the ways.
No, I've studied multiple religions, which has led me to not be religious at all, actually. But Buddhism is just interesting. Is actually the most interesting to me because it totally the foundation of it is what's inside of you. You know what I mean? Is the power of your thoughts and your actions and your intentions. How that affects not only your world, but the world around you, and how to be the most coexisting person to nature. So that kind of thing. And the thing I love most about Buddhism is that it preaches accountability of your actions. You know what I mean? Not deflection and definitely not judgment, but just being accountable, holding yourself accountable for your thoughts and your actions is pretty dope to me,
One more thing, then I'm going to let you go. Well, two more things. Usually when I interview these artists, such as yourself, I ask them to do something on the spot. You can sing whatever, even if you give us a line or two. All of your fans have been asking me, Vibe has been hitting me up, asking you to sing just a little bit. Anything you want to sing. Anything that I'm close on out. Anything you want to sing.
Yeah. One time for Cap. One time for Jay. One time for Black. Just trying to find a way to redefine the trap and amend the game. Redesign the map to find love in the game. I won't give in to shame, 'cause now that I know my history, I learn to take the pain and gain a truer identity. And I know this world is meant to be much bigger than bigotry. And I want my kids to see when you are rich spiritually, it brings positive energy. Pray for my enemies, 'cause their hate cannot enter me. In order to grow the trees, it takes positive energy. Yes, positive energy. That positive energy, so powerful it can be, turn sin into synergy. A king has given me the means to dream a bigger dream. The devil's been meddling, but I'll forever bring positive energy. The positive energy, so powerful it can be, turn sin into synergy.
Wow, amazing, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Lloyd, before I let you go, man, let everyone know how they can keep in contact with you on social media.
Oh, I'm the curly-headed black boy. I wish I could get the name Lloyd, but it's gone. It's long gone. By the time I found Instagram, some kid in London had it, man. So
That's all right.
I'll never be at Lloyd, but I'm at curly-headed black boy. You can catch me.
Curly-headed black boy. Listen, he has a new record coming out soon. Lloyd, make sure you follow me, man. I'm going to connect you with Coco. Make sure you follow me, and I'll connect you and Coco. That would be dope to get that collaboration done. But I will do that, man. And anything I can do for you, I will do it, man. I love your spirit. I love how humble you are, man. People don't understand this. I don't care how talented and gifted you are. Humility can open doors for you that your talents and gifts cannot. Never.
And it always has, and it always will.
Yes, it always will.
And
it always will.
And I just encourage other artists out there to ride their own wave with confidence. Yeah. All right, because you said the dopest thing in this interview. There's only one you, and you can only be yourself the best. Yes. You know what I mean? There's other things that's happening. There's other vibrations that's attractive. And sometimes there's a magnet that exists that'll pull you towards another style. You might dabble in it. You might try it out. But there's only one original. And that's you. So you can only own your own wave. It's like a surfer. When you surfing, the thing you don't want to do is try to surf someone else's wave, because you end up either hurting yourself or knocking them off in the process. You know what I mean? So you just ride your own wave and you'll be all right. And also, it's okay to give people their flowers while they're here, man, above ground. So let me take this opportunity to give you your flowers, man, for just taking some time out to actually give love to people. I mean, really give genuine love and insight to people. And I don't know, but it feels like you're a person that cares. You know what I mean? So
I definitely do, man.
I really thank you.
I appreciate that, man. I want to shout out your publicist, Amber. She was really great and making this happen.
Her afro.
And Vibe Magazine and Daytwan, the editor-in-chief. Listen, before you go, y'all make sure y'all follow me. I'm up here on Instagram, Corey Taylor VA. No E T O R Y T A Y O R V A. I'm going to connect with you, man. Before I let you go, I got one more question. What does Black Lives Matter mean? What does Black Lives Matter means to you? What does it mean to you?
It means my mama. It means my family. You know what I mean? It's like, it just means when I wake up in the morning, how much I care about myself. Not on a selfish level. I'm just saying how much I look at myself and say, you beautiful. You know what I mean? Hey, you a godsend. You know what I mean? I look at my children and I say, I cry because of how beautiful they are to me and how intelligent they are at such a young age. And also how much I want to educate them and to raise them to be loving and compassionate people. And passionate people, it is their basic right to have that. And Black Lives Matter to me means that. It just means the way I feel about my fucking mother when I see her. You know what I mean? And the way I want to protect her. That's the way that everybody should be viewed. You know what I mean? Every woman should be viewed as someone's sister, as someone's mother, as someone's daughter. Every man should be viewed as someone's son, as someone's brother, and as someone's father. And that's what it means.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Lloyd, man, it's been a pleasure. Lloyd, it's been a pleasure talking to you, man. I've never talked to you're a young artist, a new artist, but you talk like a seasoned artist, a vet, you know, and somebody has taught you well. Somebody has taught you well. I don't know if it's your mom, you know, somebody in your family, you have a mentor, but somebody has taught you well, man. And I really appreciate this. Again, make sure if you need anything, if I could do anything for you, man, make sure. But I'm going to connect you with Coco. Definitely, man. We got to make that collaboration work. On tomorrow, I will be here with the legendary Karen Clark and Dorinda Clark of the Clark Sisters.
The Clark Sisters. Wow.
Yes. Yeah, man. It was so good speaking with you, man. And I appreciate you taking your time out. I want to, again, wish you continued success. I won't be surprised that you're going to put out another platinum album. You're going to get a Grammy. You're going to get a MTV award. I wouldn't be surprised. You might get an Oscar. Not might. You will get an Oscar. So I'm not surprised, man. And I just appreciate you taking the time out to speak with me. Y'all make sure y'all continue to support my man, Lloyd. I got a new friend. Brother,
hey, man.
I just really appreciate it. I'm impressed.
Hey, man, I just want to say, let me say the last thing. Time, I say this often, time is the only currency that we spend and we never get it back.
That's right.
So hopefully everybody spends their time wisely. I know it sounds cliche, but it's very serious. And also don't take for granted your time or other time of others. So thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I'm going to link that up. I'm excited about the Coco and Lloyd.
That shit go be hard, man.
Make sure you follow me, man. We're going to get this going. All right, man.